What is up, you guys? Today we're going to be talking about FCX. I posted this within our Discord and on our Twitter Friday about these unusual calls that were coming through. And today the stock is up massive. Those contracts are up 65% within just a day. So we're going to go through the flow. We're going to talk about it, what made it unusual. We're going to take a look at the actual movement that we have today. The stock has retraced a little bit, was trading up at 44.14. We're going to go over the technical analysis behind this because it's a solid technical setup. And we're also going to go if I think that FCX can push maybe even further up to 50, maybe even 55 bucks. Hit the like button, subscribe, check out the Discord. The link is in the description. You guys get access to free courses, free live streams, free seminars, free webinars, free trades, free unusual bot flow. 10,200 members in our Discord, and we're building a fucking army. So go join it. Taking a look at FCX. So we saw this flow come through here on Friday. This is the initial one that I posted. It was coming through right into the close, but it was 1/20/2023. So at the time, about 2 weeks till expiration, 43.50 calls, which were out of the money. Even though the stock's up 2.5% today, it's still out of the money. So a little bit risky there. At the time, the stock was trading at 42.41. That's what spot means. Details means 335 came through at $89. They were sweeps, and it was close to about $300,000, which normally is not a lot. Like if I saw $300,000 on Tesla that expire pretty soon, that's a little bit that, potentially unusual. But for something like Freeport, I don't even know how you say it, McMoran, whatever. But for FCX, the options chain, when you look at the volume and the open interest, it's really not that crazy. So to see that get hammered like that is definitely unusual. And at the time, I didn't take a position. I didn't notice this until the bell had already rang when I called it out to the team. But we saw a perfect setup here, and this is what we want to talk about. So we see that type of unusual flow, then we see this breakout already happening. To be quite honest, this is really where I want to enter. And for those of you who do not know what this is, the current setup would be a cup and handle. And a cup and handle occurs where we have a sell-off followed by a bounce, usually holding, which this would be our cup. This is a janky, crappy cup. Let's just redo this one really quick. So there you go. You have the sell-off. You start to find a bottom. You have this little bowl shape here, and then you'd usually come up, consolidate, and then get this breakout. That's normally how a cup and handle is going to work. Some of them are more flat, as you can see here. Some are a little more V-shaped, but normally what will happen is we will bottom out here, hold some sort of support, come up in the channel. This is where the handle is, like where you'd hold the end. And then from there we get a breakout. And you can see that we have two price levels that were very important. The first one was this price level at $40, which was an old support. And then this final price level at 42/43. So 42.97/43. That's an important level because we also potentially tried to push through before and ended up rejecting. So it's very important for us to push through that level, which we're seeing right now. Now, I didn't end up taking these positions because I do think that it looks like we could see a potential move up to 50 bucks, but the person who was playing that flow was only playing it for a 1 to 2 day hold. So I'm not going to continue to enter this. Also, something to look at is that the stochastic RSI is very, very oversold. But the way that you would normally enter a trade like this is that you would look at a cup and handle and you'd want to enter either at the break over the top of this resistance or at the bottom down here at this bottom trend line. Now, normally what I do is I will enter at the bottom trend line and I'll set a stop loss normally below that lower low, and that I will go in and I will look to take a profit usually where this level was and that next level. So for here, this is a solid trade. I didn't get into it in time, but it's a solid position because we would have entered at 37.67, set a 6% stop loss down at 35 with a 15% take profit for our first level, 3-to-1 risk versus reward. Then to our second level, a 34% move up to the upside, which would probably take about 3 or 4 months. But really solid setup. What I'm looking for is a potential pullback, and if we can re-enter $40, I might enter to see if we can get that test up to the 50s with setting a stop loss around 38.35. But overall, really good setup. I'm going to be adding this to the watch list. Nice cup and handle, and we'll see where this thing goes. Hit the like button, subscribe, check out our Discord. I'll see you next time. Peace.